to another world, another dimension.
Welcome to Came From Beyond Midnight, still bringing you movies time is otherwise forgotten, and time's pretty well forgotten this movie.
As it should have been.
Brandon's here again.
Hello.
So, all right, this movie was made, it's hard to tell because this movie was made 3 to 4 years before it was released.
Just kind of showed up one day.
Yeah. And it was produced by Lloyd fucking Kaufman, later of Troma, if you can believe that. So it's a Christmas movie, but not really a Christmas movie. It's intriguing, let's put it that way.
What was the original name of this movie?
It had two. The original name when they got the money for it was Zora. I'm going to warn you right now, there's nothing Zora related. There's nothing in this that makes any sense for being called Zora. So, nothing Zora. Otherwise, the other title was, I swear I'm not making this up, Night of the Dark Full Moon.
Oh!
It's got nothing to do with werewolves. Like I said, it's a Christmas movie. Now, Theodore Guernsey is the director. He was married to star Mary Warnov. Now, if you're not familiar with Mary Warnov, she's been in tons of movies. She is so fucking 70s hot in this. She is really fucking 70s hot in
like
this.
Farrah Fawcett hot.
No, she's way hotter than Farrah Fawcett.
How dare you?
And hey, she probably still has her asshole.
Oh.
Too soon?
Oh, line.
Oh, fuck off. All right. So,
Horrible
Silent
person.
Night, Bloody Night, just check it out. It's it's interesting.
I just
Let's
want
put it
to
that
point
way.
out, if you people, internet people, think he's offensive right now, fucking be his friend. It's horrible. You get worse.
Is this coming from the same guy when we went out to a pizza place where you had sex with one of the waitresses and I asked, was that one of the ones you had sex with? You actually said, I don't know, I have to see her from behind?
And at least I'm not making a joke about Farrah Fawcett, asshole.
Ha ha ha! Farrah Fawcett, asshole. She died of colon cancer. Go back to the movie.
Oh,
Or go,
fuck.
One last time, I have to see this ground. It's beautiful now, as if nothing had happened here. Soon they will tear down the main house, and then nothing will be left. Nothing. Except what I remember. I grew up in the town nearby, where my father was the mayor, and where this house stood, waiting for me. It was built by Wilfred Butler. We had never seen him, and he never lived at home. Until the day before Christmas in 1950, he finally did come back for the last time. All of us believed that his death was an accident. No one knew that another person had come to Butler House that Christmas.
As Deputy Coroner of the County of Arlington, State of Massachusetts, I hereby find, upon evidence of an autopsy conducted by the medical examiner of this county, that the deceased, Wilfred Butler, died as a result of burns inflicted accidentally upon himself on his own premises during the afternoon of December 24th, 1950. no further inquiry shall be held over the body of the deceased, and this inquest is officially closed.
All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child.
After the coroner's inquest, on New Year's Day, they buried Wilfred Butler. There was no one there to mourn him. It was the funeral of a stranger.
I, Wilfred Butler, being of sound mind and body, at least what the world considers sound, do hereby leave my house and its grounds and all personal effects within that house to my only surviving relation, my grandson, Jeffrey Butler. And I solemnly charge him with one duty. Let him leave the house as I left it, standing untouched to remind the world of its inhumanity and cruelty.
For 20 years, that house lay empty, exactly as Wilfred left it. And then, last year, rumors began that it was finally being sold. The newspaper story traveled through the county to a state hospital for the criminally insane. The man who came to sell the house had never seen it. He was a lawyer from the city, just doing a job and enjoying it.
Stop!
warehouse fire still rages in Elizabeth. Police suspect arson. That escaped inmate at Margaretville State Hospital still at large, still hunted by state police. And over in Roxbury, the city passes a controversial housing code.
Well, didn't I tell you? It's beautiful.
Can we see the rest of it?
Honey, that was it. I think the mayor's waiting for me.
My love is such an important man.
Right. Laura always says that.
Darling,
What?
don't be long.
Honey, if you get bored, just look at the view. Sooner or later, that viaduct's gonna take us back home.
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Mayor.
Let me introduce you. This is Charlie Toman, who publishes our weekly newspaper, The Patriot.
Mr. Tolman?
And this is Tess Howard.
How do you do?
She operates our switchboard.
Oh, really?
We call her the communications director. And this is Bill Mason,
Mason?
our sheriff. Won't you sit there, Mr. Carter, at the head of the table?
Thank you. I didn't expect to meet you all together. It's quite a reception. All right, let's begin. As you know, I've been retained by Jeffrey Butler. The matter concerns the house that he inherited from his grandfather, Wilfred Butler.
Go on, Mr. Carter.
I believe that you offered to buy the house for my client.
Offered. We begged him. We wrote letters
That's
and we...
enough, Tess.
Well, it's true.
Trouble. There's always trouble.
I can sympathize.
I spent the last 20 years and more driving people away from there. Prowlers, burglars, kids, they're the worst. Chasing for nothing because of that will. That drivel about humanity. No, no, no. Inhumanity. What the hell is that, huh?
Yes, well, he was a bitter man.
Hate.
Must have been very hard.
It must have been hate.
That man hated. Well, some people are like that.
question is, well, do you still want the house?
Are you offering it to us, Mr. Carter?
Exactly.
Why now?
Well, that's Mr. Butler's business, isn't it?
You know we're not rich. Most of us came here during the Depression. But we love this town. It's our home.
And naturally, you want to improve it.
Exactly.
My client understands that, and he fully sympathizes, and he's willing to sacrifice the house for $50,000 in cash by noon tomorrow.
That's an awful lot of cash.
It's also an awfully good bargain.
You could go to Wilton. You could go now to the bank.
Am I clearly understood?
All that cash.
Perfect. I'll wait for your answer till tomorrow.
You're spending the night here?
Yes,
May I ask where?
at the Butler house.
We could put you up at the motel as our guest.
No, the house is fine.
The Paradise Motel.
That's very kind of you, but I'm meeting Mr. Butler about some personal items.
You'll want a phone. I can reconnect the line.
Don't trouble, please.
No trouble. You'll need a phone.
Don't want to be stuck out there.
Well, you've convinced me. Thank you.
By the way, have you known Mr. Butler a long time?
No, I've never met him. He called me and asked me if I'd handle this for him. I said yes. He had the key delivered to my office. Mr. Mayor, Sheriff, Mr. Tolman, Miss Howard, see you all tomorrow. In fact, I'm looking forward to it.
Slick, really slick. He's a big lawyer, Bill. You've got to expect that. Don't tell me about lawyers.
Oh, you see the way he looked at us? You see his clothes?
He's doing his job.
Just don't tell me about lawyers. You know what I'd like to see? Two of them like that one talking to each other. Neither one of them would know what to believe.
I love you, too. Honey, when I get home, I'm going to have a nice surprise for you. Oh, no, I can't tell you what it is now. It wouldn't be a surprise, now would it? No, I can't come home now, but it'll be very soon. Very soon. Honey, of course I miss you. Yes, I miss Mommy, too. Laura, how are you, kid? So I'll call tomorrow. No, I want to call. I want to talk to Jenny. Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I'm having a fine time. Well, same to you, darling. What do you mean, hostile?
I was wondering, if we get it, what then?
Tear it down.
Okay. I'd better get going. Do me a favor, Tess. Call Diane, tell her I'm going to Wilton, and I'll be back late.
Lawyer, he's cheating on his wife
Dead.
and kids. There's no way he survives this. He's so fucking dead.
It's one of the classic horror movie rules.
Yeah. But the thing that pissed me off is the killer hurt a dog.
Son of a bitch.
Now, I don't care if you kill a kid, a baby, an old person, a woman. You don't kill a dog. That pisses me off when I see that in the movie. So now, no matter whatever kind of fucked up shit this killer had going that makes him kill, I don't buy it. I can't do it. He killed the fucking dog.
You don't do it. It's wrong.
So, otherwise, my other big questions are, why is John...
the bell?
Yeah, the bell.
Ding.
First of all, why is John Carradine in this movie? I'm gonna slight spoiler. He does nothing. He's in this movie just to be in this movie. He does nothing in this film. And then he doesn't have one line of dialogue. He just keeps ringing that fucking bell. What is with the fucking bell? I don't get it. So
He's ringing that bell like a Southern girl on prom night.
were they the easiest pieces of Tang on the neighborhood?
No, no.
Preacher's Daughter. Preacher's Daughter was usually the easiest piece of Tang in the neighborhood, huh?
No, Cheerleader.
Really? I would think the Preacher's Daughter, you know?
See, you know, you wear a leather jacket around a cheerleader, they're, oh, bad boy.
But with the Preacher's Daughter, most of the time, the highway to hell is greased with ass lube.
See, you know, I guess, Josh, if you looked as good as me, it's all easy.
He thinks he's a musician. He has a goddamn hairdresser on speed dial. I wish I were making this up.
Not on speed dial. Her name starts with A. It's in the beginning of my phone.
You have an emergency hairdresser.
And booty call. There's multiple reasons I call her.
Go back to the movie.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. Butler wasn't kidding. Nobody's lived here for years.
That would be such a waste.
It's his grandfather's monument. You know, there's a caretaker who keeps this place just the way he left it.
What kind of monument is this?
Well, that's the trouble. Nobody remembers anymore.
That's what usually happens in America.
I remember this. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I'm his own. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there.
You're not serious.
I used to hear that at funerals.
At funerals?
I was a kid in Chipley, Georgia. There's also a Chipley, Florida. But they've both been subsequently eradicated from the map. None of them has ever known.
The only thing open was a delicatessen, so I brought you pastrami, salami, potato salad, macaroni, everything you like.
I'll have bologna. And macaroni. No, some of that potato salad. Did you pick the wine, too?
The delicatessen man took a personal interest in its selection.
Oh, well, we got lucky again. That's early 1970. That's hard to come by.
Can I have some too?
Of course you may.
Thank you. people who lived here. They must have had a wonderful life.
Well, I hope they did. Wilfred Butler must have believed in something. Look at that stone fireplace, parquet floor, the mahogany, this table. And you probably think this place is made of wood, right?
Well...
Wrong. You know what his grandson told me? Underneath that wood, there's 2 feet of stone. The foundation is 8 bricks wide. Now, someday they're going to come in here and they're going to tear this place down and they're going to build little tract houses all over this property on quarter-acre and half-acre lots. And that bulldozer's going to come up that hill toward this house. And it's going to get the surprise of its life. They built a kingdom out here. Only nobody's left.
No? Butler has a grandson.
Well, he's probably like the rest of us, wants money. You know, he's asking $50,000 cash for this place, and if the only way he can get, he can get at least $250,000. But he won't take his time. So he'll get screwed.
Do you want to go upstairs now?
Soon. You know, one of the great pleasures in life is the pleasure of anticipating pleasure. Isn't it?
We are very close now, aren't we?
Sure, honey. Very close.
I don't see any beds yet.
Well, keep looking, honey. Butler said the place is furnished.
It's furnished.
Anything doing?
No, sir. But look at this.
More football, huh?
Look how they smeared that quarterback. Look at his arm.
Got no time now. Otas. How about that telephone up at the Butler house? Is it working? Well, try it now. I'll wait.
Hello? Oh, yes, Miss Howard. Yeah, the phone's working fine. Very nice of you to call. Thank you. Good night. Honey, I'm going down to the car to get some cigarettes. Be back in a minute.
Okay.
Don't get lonely.
No, no. Did you get your cigarettes?
Yes, I did.
May I have one?
Sure. You know, it's the most amazing thing. These cigarettes come in these very small packages these days.
Oh, that's for me?
Mm-hmm.
Can I open it?
Oh, no. Our Christmas is day after tomorrow.
Is that an order?
Yes, ma'am, that's an order.
Bill, someone's calling from Butler House.
Okay, put him on.
Go ahead now.
Mr. Carter?
I'm not Carter.
Who is this?
The owner.
Butler.
I'm worried, Sheriff. Carter's not here.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
I can't. I'm sick. Can you come here?
What is it? What's wrong?
His car's here, but he's gone. Won't you come?
Okay, okay. Now you stay put in that house.
I'll wait for you. Please, hurry. I'm afraid.
Now take it easy. I'm coming.
Mr. Butler, are you done?
Tess, I've come back.
What's that?
Tess, I want to see you again.
Hello? Who is this?
You know me, Tess. It's Marianne. Tell the mayor. Tell them all. I'm waiting in my father's house. Tess, it's so lonesome here. Don't be long.
Hello? 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 Oh, my God, where is everybody?
Hello?
Oh, Maggie, thank goodness.
What is it, Tess?
Something's come up. Something urgent. Can you start early?
Oh, honey, I'm watching TV.
Maggie Daly, you get yourself over here.
What is it?
Just get moving, Maggie. Just please, hurry. Come in. It's open. Okay, mister, that's far enough. What do you want here?
Mayor,
Try again. My father's not home. And don't move.
you want me to put my hands up?
No. Just stay there. What are you staring at?
I seem to remember you from the road.
That's why I'm holding a gun. You scare me.
Well, that makes sense.
Thanks.
Does everybody carry one here?
You can ask the sheriff when he gets here. I'll call him.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the sheriff's office is empty.
How do you know?
I was just there.
Who are you?
Jeffrey Butler.
Oh, you're the one who's selling the house.
Yes.
Have you any ID?
Come on.
Don't laugh at me. I want your ID. Some maniac escaped from Margaretville.
Okay.
Put it on the table. Now go back. California license. Lucky you.
Would you like to see my maniac card from the asylum? They give you one when you escape. There's a big scarlet M on it so people won't get confused.
Okay. Look, I'm sorry about the gun. My father's in Wilton getting your money.
All I want to do is to get into my house.
The sheriff's deputy might have a key. He's about the only one I know of.
Well, where's he?
You go down the road about 1.5 miles till you come to a white house with a white fence, and then you can't miss it.
Thanks.
That's okay.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Didn't I tell you Mary Warnoff was fucking gorgeous in this? But it's in that sort of could kick your fucking ass sort of way.
The only thing I want to know is I need her to take her top off.
It's not gonna
so
happen.
I know, but I want her to take her top off so I can prove my fucking theory that boobs were different in the 70s.
And unfortunately, you didn't see that with the mistress. Fucking edit right as she's taking her top off. They fucking edit.
You saw a little side boob.
Because really, there's nothing offensive in this film. So
yeah, it's.
My thing is, they go to bed. The mistress and the lawyer, they're getting ready to go to bed. They turn the lights off. Every other light in the house is on.
Electricity was cheaper back then? Oh.
Do you go to bed with all the other lights in the house on for no real fucking reason?
Depends on how drunk I am.
There's a difference between going to bed and passing out.
No, I still go to bed when I'm drunk. It's just that turning that light switch off is fucking effort.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So, again, you saw John Carradine. Nothing to do with this film. He's here. He's here, but he's got nothing to do with the fucking movie. I got nothing more to say. So, you got anything?
Ding.
Back to the movie.
If I don't call back in an hour... What? Call the mayor or Mr. Tone and nobody else. Promise me you'll do that.
Well, sure.
Mark it down, honey, so you'll have it.
Sheriff to 301. I'm heading west on Route 5 to Butler House. You'll hear from me. What the hell? What's that light out there?
find the deputy?
No, I wasn't there.
Oh. I was thinking, isn't your lawyer supposed to be at the house?
The door was locked. His car was there, so I borrowed it.
You mean you stole a car?
Yeah. Keeping it warm.
What if he needs it?
Let him find me. Who's coming to dinner?
Oh, Daddy. We always have dinner every Thursday. Do you want something?
No, I ate Paradise Motel.
Yeah, I know. It's awful. What about a drink?
Yeah.
It's cheap bourbon, but that's a big favorite around here. Do you want ice?
No, straight.
You look tired.
I am tired.
Well, here's to a fast dollar.
Cheers.
Why did you decide to sell the house?
Needed the cash.
After all these years?
I need it now.
Huh. What's it like on the inside? You know, I've never seen the inside. When I was a child, my father told me to stay away from it, or something terrible might happen. Sort of like a haunted house.
I haven't seen it either.
You're going to sell it and you've never seen it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too bad. It's about the only place to see around here. Oh, I forgot. Someone keeps calling with a message for my father. She says that she's waiting at your house, in the reception room.
What woman is waiting in my house in the reception room?
Oh, I don't know. It's not a voice that I know.
I better go out there.
Can I come too?
What for?
I'm pushy. I suppose you'll be going back to California soon. California? You said you lived there, remember?
No, I'll be traveling.
Jeff, look. It's the sheriff's car. There's a light. Look at that tombstone. Pretty cheerful.
Who bears the cross shall wear the crown. Wilfred Butler. My grandfather.
Oh.
Someone left their sunglasses in the snow.
They're the sheriff's.
My lawyer's missing. So is the sheriff. You get strange phone calls. And now someone's fascinated by my grandfather's grave.
Let's get out of here.
You still want to go to my house?
Yes. But I don't want to go alone.
Listen.
I'm not nervous.
Well, of course you're not.
Oh, it's the cold. I'm shaking from it. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
We'll get help in town. It's 10 minutes drive.
Good night, Mr. Tillman. Have a nice holiday.
deputy's not here, but Toman is.
Who's Toman?
Come on, you'll see. Mr. Toman, wait. No, please, I have to talk to you. I'm sorry. This is Jeffrey Butler. He's the one who's selling the house. He can't get inside the place. And my father's gone to Wilton. So we wondered...
Anything wrong?
He'll tell us. Tess has gone to his house.
Why would she go there?
I don't know. Anyway, she won't get in. You say it's locked. He says she hates the place.
Would you like to drive there? Diana could stay here, lock herself in.
I need a key.
Oh, man, this isn't my house. It's Tess's.
Oh, Tess isn't here. Are you satisfied? She must have gone to my place. Well, why wouldn't she go there? She hates it. Maybe she went to see the woman who's there. Someone called the mayor's house before. Said she'd be waiting. What is it?
Hello, Jeff? Hello? Is anybody there? I'm Diane Adams. I spoke to you before.
Bring your father to the house. This is Marianne. Tell him I have the diary. I'm waiting.
Who are you?
He'll know. Christmas Eve, 1935.
Hello? Hello?
Sheriff, I saw your car. Bill? Is that you?
Tess, you can't see me, but I can see you. Oh, yes, I remember that face. You're older now. And fat. But still, Tess. And you're frightened, aren't you? Don't be afraid. I will help you. Take my hand. Take it, Tess.
Well, if the cop got killed in the cemetery, saves a lot of time that way, doesn't it?
That's fast tracking.
Yeah.
The killer's considerate.
So, the other thing was, in the last segment, the killer had a Bible. Gee, a psychopath who's religious. Never saw that coming, did we?
So, he's a priest? Well, I mean, it's there's really not a lot of distinguation there.
Distinguation?
I don't know what I meant when I said that.
Distinguation? Is that really the word you're going with?
Gazongos.
That's a different movie. The Kazongos are from a different movie.
But there are some nice Kazongos in this movie.
Well, back to the plot of the movie. They're really going out of the way to make it look like Butler's the killer, aren't they? The son?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Just
they're really going out of the way to try and make Butler the killer.
Which, you know, like I was going to say, it's like classic kind of horror movie rules of find one person that really doesn't make sense, make him look like the killer, and then...
Oh, and then John Carradine again.
Ding!
With the fucking bell. I mean, did he have laryngitis? Did he pull a vampire and kind of like, I'll be in your movie, but I don't really want any dialogue? What the hell's with the fucking bell?
It's about as much believability as...
As much believability. Your grasp of the English language is... okay, are you speaking English? Do all your base belong to us? What the fuck?
This is how fucking stupid this movie is. It's killing my brain cells. But what I was saying was, it's like, Captain Kirk, help me out here.
William
Shatner in American Psycho 2. Just there for a fucking paycheck.
Pretty much everything Shatner's done is just there for the fucking paycheck. Go back to the movie. Just go back to the movie. You don't get to talk.
The person on the telephone said 1935, Christmas Eve. But that's not the beginning. In 1927, Butler House was restored by Wilfred Butler. After that, I find social notes, parties, nothing special. Then, in 1930, Butler's wife, Catherine, dies of tuberculosis. In August 1933, it starts. Wilfred Butler's daughter is cruelly attacked and raped. Her name is Mary Ann, the same name as the caller who left those messages tonight. She's 15 then. On May 2nd, 1934, Mary Ann Butler gives birth to a son, Jeffrey Butler. Jeff. Early in 1935, Butler House is turned over to a Dr. Robinson as an asylum for mental patients. And then Butler goes on to say that he has committed his own daughter. Mary Ann will live at the asylum. There's no end to this story. It's been carefully cut out of all the papers. Why would Toman do that? scared me. Oh, what happened?
What happened is, Tess has 40 bird cages. Toman is hysterical. Everybody's at my house but me. It's cold outside, and you forgot to lock the door.
Jeff, how old are you?
How old am I? You mean, how many years have I lived?
No. There's a lot in the paper about your family.
I don't want to talk about my family.
Wait a minute. There's a woman calling, and she says her name is Mary Ann. That was your mother's name, wasn't it?
My mother died in childbirth. That's when I started traveling.
It's not what the papers say.
What's your point?
I just thought that you should read something for your own good.
Nothing you could tell me about my past or future would be for my own good. Where is the paper?
It's on the table.
It's so stupid to lie. I missed the whole event.
Jeff, maybe your mother's still alive. Maybe she's waiting for you at the house.
I don't know. Come on. No more side trips. Let's go out there.
It's empty. Jeff, look!
Oh my God!
Stay back!
It's Toman!
Stay back! She's dead. His hands. Somebody cut off his hands.
You killed him. You killed Toman.
He's asking for help.
You killed him.
Get in the car.
keys. He took them.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, what?
This is Marianne Butler. I'm calling from my house. Won't you come over here, Mr. Mayor? We're having a reunion. Everyone's here, even your daughter.
Oh, pause. There's nothing going on in the movie, so we decided to amuse ourselves otherwise. Mortal Kombat 2. What are you doing?
Castlevania.
Well, the only thing I had about the movie at this point is, honestly, the car's on fire. It was either a Pinto or a Ford Focus.
Go to hell. My car's awesome.
Guess who drives a Focus?
Your mom drives a Focus.
Otherwise, this movie, I do want to say, it does set a nice tone. It's kind of moody, but honestly, debate me on the forums. Did anything fucking happen in that last segment? Exactly.
Hey, at least I'm on level 2.
You're not. You're on level 1, you fucking douche. You haven't even beat the bat yet.
That's just how stupid this movie is. Fucking, I don't even care.
All right. Well,
no reality of time.
I'm playing a Sub-Zero, so eat my ass. All right, go back to the movie.
I write this knowing that no one shall ever see it. Not my beloved daughter, or even my grandson, Jeffrey. I write for myself in the hope of forgiveness, if that is still possible. And I write for you, Marianne, whose youth and innocence I have destroyed. By 1935, the doctors had treated my daughter for a year. I had believed they could cure her. The child, Jeffrey, was taken from us and sent to California. I turned my house into an asylum. I brought doctors to live there. I welcomed other patients. Useless. All of it. I remembered what she had been. There was never a lovelier, happier child.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet, please. I propose a toast.
By Christmas of the first year, I knew that I must act, not for myself, but for my helpless child.
Led him to create this institution. Our friend...
I had no plan. All I knew was that I must take her from these men with their promises, their lies.
Shall we? Huh? For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny.
I knew that they would gorge themselves into a stupor that afternoon. It was their celebration. I expected no less. Since they had come into my house, they had acted as if they owned it. They had behaved like poor relations, half guilty, but finally unable to control their appetites. After dinner, they danced and drank as they usually did. All the time, Robinson would smile and reassure me. They expected me to believe, because I had no choice. Wilfred, trust me. He really believed Marianne would be well. He saw a light. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
Believe me. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
Stay here, Doctor. I'll get more champagne. He was ready. I knew it. Drunk and fat and full of his own importance. I left then. My cruelty to Marianne was inhuman. I know that. I had loved her. I had fathered our child, Jeffrey. I had brought her to this. But I swear that on that afternoon, all I wanted was to save my child. My hope was to get her away from that house. But also, I wanted to set free those other wretches who had so long been abused by the doctors. knew what they might do if these inmates were freed. And this is my guilt. I knew, and still, I freed them. After the inmates started for their house, I went to get our car to take Marianne away. I do not know exactly when she slipped away from me. I assume that when they saw her in the dining room, the inmates believed her to be part of that household which they hated. And so, celebration. And then most of the inmates fled, I don't know where. But I shall never forget what they did to my child. Since that Christmas, I have lived in prisons and asylums, lived anonymously, as an animal. I have wandered in bitterness until all seasons have become as one. And that is a season of vengeance.
Jeff. Jeff.
Wilfred Butler is still alive. This is still his house.
Your grandfather died in 1950. He was burned to death in this house.
My grandfather poured gasoline over a squatter he found here. The town wanted to believe he was dead. They still do. This house was an asylum. There was a massacre by the inmates. Tess, Tolman, the sheriff. Your father.
No.
All inmates. They killed my mother in this room.
Who's that? Who's there?
Oh, no. No. My God, no. Daddy? Daddy?
Diane?
Jeff? Jeff? No. No. Jeff, why? Why?
Don't run away. Don't. I'm your father. Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Please. It's all right. I won't
I spent that night weeping. By morning, there were no more tears. I know that my father and Jeffrey both thought they were shooting at killers, but they were simply the last victims in that house of victims. And now, a year later, they will tear down Wilfred Butler's monument. But they can never destroy my memories of what happened here.
All right. How long did that fucking flashback need to go on for? Jesus fucking Christ, that flashback was like 20 minutes long. Could have been a fucking 4-minute flashback. It told nothing. Really? You're not even going to participate in the show anymore?
Yep, I'm done.
Did you just fucking get killed? Weren't you just under there before?
I don't know what happened.
I'm thinking you suck. That's what happened. I'm thinking your suckage just
It has been
seeped
years since I've played this, so, you know, go to hell, douchebag.
But
God damn it!
All right. So about the movie.
Fuck.
What did you people think? I actually thought it wasn't that bad.
Just
this is an hour and 20 minutes.
boring.
Yeah, this is an hour and 20-some minute movie that could have been told in 45 minutes. That's the problem I had. My big question logically is, who is Mary Warnoff narrating this to? She's just walking through the woods narrating to what happened last Christmas. Who is she fucking narrating to? I don't get it.
Herself?
And then at the beginning, when she starts narrating, takes all the tension out. You know she's not going to die. You know why? She's narrating the whole fucking thing. She's going to live. So, let's see what Brad Jones, the cinema snob, had to say about this. Go.
Oh, sorry. I'm just so sleepy. I can't imagine what in the world would have made me this tired. Could it be that watching this movie is like looking at a pile of mud through a used coffee filter? It's Christmas, right? The time of lights, color, energy, and this movie looks like Satan's asshole. I can't remember any of the lines from this movie, so I'm gonna guess that it all just sounded like a fart. An Ebenezer Scrooge fart. The only time I wasn't asleep in this movie is when I was waiting for John Carradine to say something. Which he never does. There you go. Give a guy whose nickname is The Voice no fucking lines. Oh, don't worry though. I managed to fall back asleep when he was off screen. That's one good thing I could say about the movie. It works great as a snooze button. Notice how all the annoying Silent Night, Deadly Night protesters stayed mum on this film. Could be because it bored them to death. They slept through the entire thing and woke up thinking they just watched It's a Wonderful Life. And when a movie bases one of its main characters on trying to trick the audience into thinking he's the killer, he's not the killer. Or maybe he was, I don't know. This movie is so dark looking that a poisonous glass of eggnog could have been the culprit. Silent Night, Bloody Night may be considered to be the most expensive Christmas present of them all. Not that it cost anything to watch it. You could use Lint to pay for a public domain film, but it'll cost you 90 minutes of your life that'll make you feel like you've missed out on 90 days. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go shove the Yule log up my ass.
Go up the stairs! Jesus Christ, man!
I did go up the stairs and I got back.
Then you go up the stairs again, you shitbird! Jesus, he can't play Castlevania. This is so much better than fucking Silent Night, Bloody Night, and he can't fucking play Castlevania worth of shit. See, there, next fucking board. What the hell is wrong with you? Do you have anything you want to say? Oh, by the way, thanks, Cinema Snob.
Yeah,
do you have anything you want to say?
Fucking Ghost.
About the movie?
Yeah, I got nothing. Nothing happened. Other than ding.
All right.
Ding.
Good night. We
Ding.
want to thank the Cinema Snob. We want to thank everyone except Brandon. And if any of you are better than at Castlevania than him, which will be all of you, email him. He will really like it. Friend him on Facebook. You can find his name in the credits here under Helper Monkey. Friend him on Facebook, I dare you. All right. Good night.